What is going on, people of the internet? My name, of course, is Panther. Welcome back to the channel once again. Today, we are going to be going over a huge list of leaks that came out about Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies. Now, these are leaks and rumors, so take everything with a grain of salt. If they are true, there are things that could change between now and launch, and there is the possibility that all of this is just a hoax and a lie. But without further ado, let's just get into this long list of leaks. So supposedly, there is going to be 3 maps at launch. There is going to be a map called Machine, which is ZM_Silver, which was the code name a long time ago, if you remember those leaks, and that map features Noct in it. Then we have Firebase Z, which was ZM_Pink, and that map is set in Vietnam. And then we have a normal survival map, which is the portion of Noct that appears within the first map, Die Machine. The DLC maps are going to be ZM_Platinum, which is Berlin, and supposedly this is a Kino der Toten remake. Now, it says that it's not specifically just Kino der Toten, and it is expanded, kind of like how Noct is expanded upon in the other map, Die Machine, so we'll just have to wait and see. It doesn't sound like it's going to be just Kino, but an expanded version of Kino. And then we have another map, which is codename _The Giant, which is, of course, a Darius remake. One thing that several people have pointed out is that transit will not be there on launch. Another thing is that perk machines look more like the World War II ones, and instead of perk bottles, they are actual soda cans that you drink. The perks are Stamina Up, Deadshot, Elemental Pop, which is a new perk, Quick Revive, Juggernog, and Speed Cola. And all perks are like 2.0 versions that apparently can be upgraded 4 times. Now, I just want to pause here because this is a little interesting. It makes me wonder how this upgrade system is going to work. Like, are we going to be able to upgrade the perks on each map, or is it going to be part of the created class to where, you know, you can't pick what perks that you're going to choose, but you can pick what perks you want to upgrade? And they may be developing the perk tree method that we developed a long time ago. Now, regarding perks like Electric Cherry and Double Tap, some people are saying that these perks are in the game, and some people are saying that Electric Cherry is in the game, but Double Tap 2 is not, and it's basically like the Repack-a-Punch system in Black Ops 4. Which, if that's the case, I'm kind of fine with, just as long as they limit the amount of points you have to spend in order to fully upgrade your weapon, but we'll have to see. It could be beneficial not to have Double Tap because then that would take away one of the crutch perks that everyone has been complaining about for so long. Specialist weapons will be returning. They are named Healing Aura, Frost Blast, Ether Shroud, and Energy Bind. So instead of specialist weapons, these sound more like abilities, kind of similar to World War II. Things like Frost Blast kind of sound like it could be a version of Winter's Wail. So you would activate your specialist, and then all of the zombies that hit you would end up getting stunned, kind of similar to Winter's Wail. I think that would be an interesting change, but I do kind of hope that we get specialist weapons in a quest-type format, because some of those were pretty awesome in Black Ops 3, namely the Gauntlet of Siegfried. That thing was badass, and I just want to see more cool specialist weapons like that. When it comes to the mystery box and weapons, apparently guns have rarities, kind of like Fortnite's. Now that's interesting. Like, are we going to get an elite version of the Commando and then like a common version of the Commando? Maybe the higher rarity ones just have better attachments on them. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work out, but it's going to be interesting to speculate on. Next up, double Pack-a-Punch abilities return. It doesn't specify which ones return. There is supposedly a new one called Plasmatic Burst. Now, this next one, I don't know if it's relating to a singular map or if it's just going to be on all of the maps, but Pack-a-Punch is buildable. Next up, we have lots of new boss zombies, but supposedly they're actually pretty easy to kill and deal with. I guess there's going to be a new type of Panzer, and this one has a jetpack, so I don't know if it's going to be like flying around and jumping all around. I mean, it kind of already does that, like how it comes into the map and it kind of follows you, but I don't know. If it has a jetpack on, maybe it goes a lot faster and you can't run away from it. Then there's going to be a hazmat zombie, a Russian mech, which is kind of similar to the Gorod Krovi Russian manglers, a mimic zombie, and then Nova dogs, which could be a mix between Nova crawlers and hellhounds. Not sure exactly what's going on there. Then we have a summoner zombie. Then Brutus and the Avogadro have references in Die Machine. There are 2 playable characters that have been leaked, and so far it is Adler and Baker as playable characters in Zombies. And it sounds like the story for each map is that you are commanded to go to each mission, supposedly, and Weaver is the commanding officer who sends you to each specific map. And then while you're playing the maps, Weaver is apparently talking to you, so it's probably like a comm situation. Some great news, depending on how you look at it, is the original ray gun will be returning, which is cool. I mean, the ray gun is just a classic staple of zombies, and you kind of have to have zombies with the ray gun in it. Even though it doesn't do as much damage anymore, it's still just a classic to have. And then supposedly there is going to be a new ray gun rifle, which that sounds pretty cool. The shield will be coming back, and then there are jetpack buildables, so it takes 5 parts to build. I don't know if this is true. This sounds kind of crazy. I don't necessarily know if I want to have a jetpack in zombies. I mean, if there is a jetpack type Panzer, maybe a jetpack would work, but I think that would just kind of cheapen the experience, and I really don't want to see the return of exo zombies. That would just kind of be really, really weird. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. If it's true, I don't know. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it works. I'm not sure about that. Next up, we have an ether scope, which at certain points while playing the map, it'll show you flashbacks of the ether storyline. It says that it's kind of similar to some in-game cutscenes, and it's like the weird red flashing that was shown in the teaser. Next, we have melee weapons are going to be returning, kind of similar to the shovel in World War II, and that was actually a pretty unique type of mechanic. I'm not sure if it's going to be used a whole lot, but it was kind of nice when you pulled out your shovel. It gave you extra melee damage, so you could one-shot zombies a couple of rounds extra. But I don't know, I didn't really use it a whole lot, but it was pretty unique, I will say that. Another thing that could be coming back from World War II is the self-revive mechanic. Now, self-revives were okay, but it did suck that they were consumables and you had to pay for them. I don't know. I would just rather have quick revive, to be honest. I don't really care about self-revives. If I'm playing multiplayer and no one can pick me up, then maybe I'll use a self-revive. But again, I normally just play solo, and if quick revive is coming back, then there's really no point to using that. And then in the code, there are supposedly references to elixirs in terms of the microtransactions. Now, I don't know if that confirms that elixirs will be coming back, or if that's just a placeholder in the code for whatever consumable mechanic they decide to put into the game. Hopefully we don't have elixirs, because the elixir system was just crazy. I didn't like that there were 4 all at once, and it took up every single D-pad slot, which in terms limited the tactical and your shield, and I don't know. I just really hope that elixirs aren't coming back. If we do have microtransactions, which I'm sure we will, I just hope that it's a one consumable type thing like Gobblegums or maybe Fate and Fortune cards from IW. And then in each map, it says that there are physical ways to win zombies. I don't know if this is just on the quest modes, because our next leak is that there are going to be 2 modes, a survival and a quest type mode. So if on the survival mode you're just basically going forever, that's cool, that's classic zombies. But if you're playing the quest type mode, I don't know if you finish the Easter egg or the quest that the game ends. I mean, that's kind of how they've been doing it lately with Black Ops 3-ish and then Black Ops 4. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work. So hopefully we have a good way to win zombies. If you beat the quest, I feel like you should get highly rewarded, like get all of the perks on the map or something like that, and then you can go forever, and then you complete one extra step and then the game ends. I don't know. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Apparently no one really is. That's just the leak that has come out. There is references to loot in the game as rewards, so I don't know if this has to do with kind of previously how we heard that each weapon has different rarities. I'm not sure exactly what to think about that. On the map Die Machine, there are alternate endings, which that could actually be pretty cool. It's pretty interesting to see that way. That's kind of how they were doing it with the Maxis versus Richthofen in Black Ops 2. So I guess we'll have to see exactly how that works out. We've got just a little bit more, so keep hanging on. The story supposedly continues after Tag der Toten. Stuff will start bleeding out from the dark ether onto the Die Machine map. So that's kind of interesting. We all kind of were expecting a dark ether to kind of take over. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about ether coming back. I'd be fine if it was just a new story with the ether mechanics, kind of like Juggernog and Monkey Bombs and the ray gun. It doesn't have to be connected in order to have those things, but if we're continuing the ether story, I know more people are going to be happier about that than the people who are going to be upset wanting a new story. It's kind of like a reboot to where we have brand new characters because there is no Primus, Ultimus, or Victus. So it's essentially like a reboot, but it's still all within the same universe. So I guess it's kind of the best of both worlds. It does suck that Chaos isn't coming back because I did absolutely love Chaos. And then the last thing is Dead Ops Arcade 3. Now, I actually really loved Dead Ops Arcade and Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 3, I actually played it quite a bit and thought it was super fun. I think it's a great way to just relax, you know, after playing a stressful game of zombies, if you do the quests, hopping onto Dead Ops Arcade would actually be pretty good, and it's just, again, it's a nice way to relax. So if Dead Ops Arcade 3 is coming back, that would be absolutely incredible. So there was quite a bit to cover in this video. If these leaks are true, then we are in for an interesting year. I think it's cool that they're bringing back the original perk system, but then we have a way to upgrade them. That's going to be something that I'm really looking forward to seeing how they are going to incorporate it. Specialist weapons sound more like specialist abilities, similar to World War II, and that's fine, but I do hope that we have like a quest to get a specialist type weapon. You know, maybe we have a specialist ability and a specialist weapon. I'm not sure. That could be overcrowding everything in zombies, but who knows? I just think that specialist weapons are pretty cool, especially if done right. Again, like the Gauntlet of Siegfried. So that's really all that I want to talk about today. Let me know what you guys think of these leaks down in the comment section below. Let me know if I missed anything and how excited you are for Black Ops Cold War Zombies. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you in the next one.